Hello there, this is Mr. Korn here, and in this video, we're going to go over some of the rules, expectations, and procedures of remote online instruction for mathematics. We are also going to go over the grading policy and some of the resources we're going to use for remote instruction for this school year. You can find this slideshow presentation posted to Google Classroom. So on Google Classroom, you can access this slideshow if you need it for future reference. Here are some of the basic rules for a typical remote learning session. First and foremost, be on time to class. Please refer to your Merchantville class schedule in order to see which periods and which times you are scheduled to be in math class. Rule number 2, make sure that when you're in a Google Meet session, please have your microphone set on mute. Having your microphone set on mute will not only avoid any distractions, but will also avoid any unnecessary interruptions when remote learning is taking place. The teacher will call on students to unmute your microphone when necessary. You may have your web camera either on or off. This is optional. It depends on your preference and your comfort level. Rule number 4, and as you can see, the numbers messed up a little bit, but to ask a question, type a question mark in the chat and then wait patiently to be called on. Google Meet, just like Zoom and some other applications, have a chat box feature where you can put a text chat in there. If you do need to ask a question, like I said, simply type a question mark, and if I see your name in the chat with a question mark next to it, I will make sure as soon as I can to call on you to unmute your microphone and get to your question. Also, to make any other request to be called on, type an exclamation mark in the chat. So if you do have any comments or you want to participate in any class discussions, type an exclamation mark in the chat, and when I see that, I'll know you are requesting to be called on. Next, remote instruction is broken down in a very specific way. Remote learning is something new to most students and teachers, so Merchantville School has decided to break down our remote instruction very specifically. One of the aspects of remote instruction is called direct instruction. Direct instruction videos are the primary source of learning and exploring new math information and material. Direct instruction will come in the form of learning videos, interactive lessons, and activities. Direct instruction assignments will be posted the day before your scheduled class, and they are expected to be completed before your next math class begins. Remember, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you will be scheduled for online remote learning. So that means your Mondays and your Wednesdays are the days that will be used for this direct instruction section. So on Mondays and Wednesdays is when you will see these direct instruction videos or interactive lessons and activities, and these will be able to be done prior to the next math class beginning. Next part of remote instruction is the live online instruction. The live online instruction is where students will be using Google Meet to learn math and interact with the teacher and their other classmates. Live online instruction takes place using Google Meet. Google Meet links will be posted on Google Classroom the day that class is scheduled. The first 10 minutes of class will be an introduction and will be spent with the whole group. And it will be focused on the following things. We will introduce the new topic. I will provide an overview of the learning objectives and the learning goals for the day, and I will also provide an overview of the materials and resources that are going to be used for our lesson that day. Here are some other components of the live online instruction. Live online instruction, of course, starts with an introduction, and then after the introduction, students will be split into small groups based on their completion and understanding of the direct instruction videos, lessons, and activities that are posted the day before. When I do post a direct instruction lesson, video, or activity, they will usually be followed with some sort of Google form, worksheet, or questionnaire in order to gauge your understanding and comprehension of the direct instruction. And based on that completion and understanding is how the groups will be made. Small groups will be made and posted at the onset of live instruction. And once small groups are made, we will break up into the small group sections. One small group will be working online with the teacher for a certain period of time. During this time, the other group will log off and complete an independent assignment. Then, after the allotted time expires, the group that was online working with me will then log off, and the group that was temporarily logged off doing an independent assignment will log back on and then work with the teacher. So the online instruction that we just talked about is overall an hour long. It'll be 10 minutes for an introduction, whole group, and then 50 minutes will be split in small groups where one small group will be logged off doing independent assignments and the other group will be logged on working with me, and then they will switch. So overall, that portion of time will be an hour. And then the last part of remote instruction is the asynchronous instruction. Asynchronous instruction takes place primarily on Monday and Wednesday, but there will be some asynchronous instruction on Thursday nights into Friday morning. The asynchronous assignments will be posted to Google Classroom, and they are expected to be completed before your next math class. Asynchronous assignments will consist of practice assignments that are related to the most recent lesson. And then there will also be direct instruction videos that will be related to the next day's math instruction. Some asynchronous assignments will be graded and some won't, but I will make sure to let you know which asynchronous assignments are going to be graded. All right, next is our grading breakdown. Our grading breakdown is an 80-20 split, where 80% will be based on academic endeavors during class and 20% will be based on your class effort and participation. The academic portion of class consists of our tests, quizzes, activities, and projects, whereas the effort portion of the grading is based on homework, classwork, and participation. Lastly, let's go through some online resources that will be used for mathematics instruction throughout the year. I've spent a lot of time this summer finding and collecting many online resources in order to provide the best possible online instruction. One of the online resources we're going to use is Big Ideas Math. Big Ideas Math is our online textbook and will be used for online practice assignments and virtual manipulatives and tools such as number lines, fraction bars, and algebra tiles. Next is MobyMax. MobyMax will be used for online practice assignments. Also, there will be Google Classroom will be one of the main resources used. And Google Classroom will be used for announcements, posting lessons, resources, assignments, and activities. Freckle is an online resource that has been picked up by Merchantville School for this year and will be used by all of the math teachers in Merchantville School. Freckle will be used for online practice assignments. It will be used to be work on foundational skills, and it will be used for math fact fluency. Edpuzzle is another great online resource, and it can be used for direct instruction videos and also video activities. Desmos is another great math resource, and Desmos is a math resource that will be used for an online graphing calculator. We'll see throughout the year how this is used, and Desmos is also going to be used for many interactive, hands-on online activities. School Yourself is another online resource that will be used for direct instruction. School Yourself provides interactive direct instruction lessons, and it provides you with an interactive visual way to learn mathematics. And the last resource we'll be using is TED-Ed. TED-Ed will be used for interactive, online, and sometimes video-based activities. The last part of this presentation is my contact information. If you need to reach out to me, here's my email address. It's corn@merchantville.k12.nj.us. You can also find my email address if you look in the staff directory on the Merchantville school website. Also, you can reach me by phone by calling the school phone number and using extension 213. I'm usually in the room until 4 p.m. on Monday through Thursday. Also, you can reach me by setting up a separate Google Meet session by appointments only. So if you do need extra help or want extra math work during the school year, reach out to me and set up an appointment for a specialized individual Google Meet instructional time. That is it for this presentation. Thank you and have a great day.